I made a comment on a video the other day that many of you seemed to like. I said, I think Jokic is way more athletic than people give him credit for. And I figured, why not make a video about this? In order to talk about athleticism, we need to define what athleticism is. And this is how MDJ defines it.
The set of physical traits a player has that help him play basketball.
So what are those attributes that help someone play basketball? If you ask the 2K video games, it tells you that those are speed, acceleration, strength, vertical, and stamina. First thing right off the bat, if you look at how 2K rates Nikola Jokic's athleticism, he gets a 77 out of 99, which is pretty good right off the bat, right? Case made. No, but let's actually dive into each one of these and see if we can better understand why Jokic is way more athletic than people might think. So first thing I want to point out is speed, acceleration, strength, vertical, and stamina. None of those have to do with a person's body fat percentage or appearance of leanness. I think MDJ points this out really well. Take a listen to what he says.
People look at Jokic on TV and they see the lack of muscle definition in his arms, especially compared to someone like a prime Dwight Howard who just looks like a bodybuilder. And they think, yeah, Jokic is clearly out of shape.
And then he wisely follows it up with the following.
Our analysis of players has to be a little bit better than this guy doesn't look like he's in shape because his arms are kind of fat.
He's 100% correct. The way that we analyze players needs to be more intelligent. So back to those attributes: speed, acceleration, strength, vertical, and stamina. First, let's talk about speed. This is not how quickly you can get to your top speed, but rather what your top speed is. And how fast is Nikola Jokic? Well, fast enough to play in the NBA. Let's just say that.
Nikola Jokic during the regular season ran 2.3 miles per game, which is second on his team behind Murray, and ranks 7th amongst all centers in the NBA. Jokic also played more games, played more minutes, ran more per game at a higher average speed than Anthony Davis.
What about acceleration? This is probably his weakest point. He doesn't have the best lateral movement, but he's also a big, and most bigs in the NBA don't have the best lateral movement. What about strength? I think you can easily make the case that Jokic is one of the strongest players in the NBA. He is able to bump down low and bring things outside. He's all over the place getting fouled. He even fouls others and isn't afraid to get in a fight. The man is strong. Make no mistakes about it. He is definitely one of the strongest players in the NBA. Okay, vertical. Does Jokic actually have a good vertical? Not really. But does he need one to play basketball well? No, because he's extremely tall and has a great standing reach. That one, does it matter? Not really. And lastly, stamina. And this is where I think people fail to recognize the elite athleticism of Jokic. He is the player with one of the best levels of endurance in all of the NBA right now. His stamina is incredible. So what does stamina mean? It means that he's able to play lots of minutes and he's able to continue to play lots of games. In other words, that means he's not getting injured very often. And Jokic has one of the better levels of endurance. So if you look at the actual numbers of minutes played last season, Jokic was actually pretty high up on the list. He played more minutes than D'Angelo Russell, Draymond Green, Joel Embiid, Klay Thompson, Lauri Markkanen, Kyrie Irving, Kyle Kuzma, Jarrett Allen, Tim Hardaway Jr., Rudy Gobert, Jimmy Butler, James Harden, Jamal Murray, John Collins, Russell Westbrook, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James, Ja Morant, Steph Curry, Paul George, and Anthony Davis. And that's just during the regular season. But then he also went and played in the playoffs and made it all the way to the NBA Finals, so he also played more games than anyone. I think it goes without saying that in order to participate in that level of the highest, most elite physical basketball league in the entire world, you'd have to be in good shape. Now, I understand that when people say he's not athletic, what they're really doing is comparing him to other NBA players, because obviously all of these players are the elite of athletes in the world. In fact, you could argue that NBA players are the best athletes out of any professional sports group in the world. They have both the strength and the physical endurance to play long games without breaks, like in football, for example. And so Nikola Jokic is playing these games at a high level, day in and day out, in Denver with high elevation. If you've ever visited a place with high elevation, it is a lot harder to breathe there. So he's doing this day in and day out and putting up his MVP and historic numbers that he does. So I'm sorry. He's just way more athletic than people give him credit for. Way more athletic. And really, I think the only reason that anyone says that he's not athletic just has to do with how he looks. That's it. If he looked more muscular, I don't think anyone would be making this case. The truth is that the way that someone looks doesn't always correlate to their level of athleticism. People can sit here and argue about Nikola Jokic's athletic ability while he continues to win championships and put up historic numbers. I think Jokic is way more athletic than people give him credit for. This is NBA Informatics, the fusion of technology and NBA basketball.
Didn't say anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna